Hello, Mr. Steve Wright. This is Michael Teal, and I wanted to run an idea by you in terms of how we could have a relative newbie take a raw blank presentation and very quickly frame out some key things that will help them work fast and efficient in PowerPoint. So working at the bare essentials, what I'm going to do is just open up a flat out blank presentation. And what I would like them to do before they get into designing any slides, anything like that, is go to the Slide Master and get it cleaned up and branded. So all they need to do is hit View. They need to hit Slide Master. And here at this point, I want them to click the very top slide. We have slide layouts, which are iterations of this big master. I want them to select that, and we want to theme their slide. We're going to set the overarching colors and fonts, and then we'll clean up the slide master. So what I want them to do is over in the fonts area, based on their brand, they may have a specific branded set of fonts, but we want them to set the overall title font and the body font, and that will cascade through the rest of the slides. So to do that, you don't want to do it on the Slide Master. You want to do it in this theme fonts area because it will then cascade through. So what I'm going to do is just go right now. We've created our own customized fonts by selecting the heading font. So for us, if you have Frutiger on your deck, you could use that. But bottom line is you can choose your own heading font and body font and then name it, for example, Delta. So I'm just going to randomly choose something here. All right, so I'm going to do Times New Roman for the heading font. And for the body font, I will use a sans serif. Let's just use Arial for now. Not saying that's correct, but just as an example, if it was Delta, I would name it Delta. We can always customize it later, but you're going to notice how that cascades through every slide layout. The next thing I'd want them to do is customize their color palette. This color palette will carry over to all their smart art, their charts, their shapes. So what we would probably want to do is have a preset list of color values for them and then have them go down to customize colors. What we'd always recommend is set these first four are your background and your text contrast. So when you select a different background color, it'll auto contrast. So Delta might have a specific blue color, something like that, okay? So let's just say that's what it was. We go through and have them customize these. Accent 1 through 6, these will end up being all their smart art, their chart variations, and we would rename that Delta. All this can happen very quickly. And then you just want to make sure that you've applied Delta. You can right click it and apply to the Slide Master, and that'll take over. So what you probably want to do is have a dark background. That's something we're all big on. So then you go to background styles, you click that, and bam, you've got a pre-contrast situation. However, if you duplicate one of these slides and you go, I want that background to be white or blue, you can do that, or white, and you notice how the text auto contrast. Okay, so we've got that, and then what we'd recommend is they just clean up some of the mess here. Some of these slides are absolutely useless. We would just delete those, get down to the bare essentials of what are key for telling a story, and most likely you'd want to take a duplicate of this. You'd want to center it. You want to place it in the middle of your slide. Maybe you want to change the name of it to something like Center Question. So get a couple things like that going. Maybe hit Control D, duplicate that, change that background style to blue. So you have a blue one. And probably do that for this one as well. Center it, middle it. There you go. So then you've got a couple iterations. What I'd probably also do is set that transition to something like fade, apply to all. So at least you have a basic one. You know me, I'm a morph guy, but that's good. What you'd want to do is go down to themes, save this current theme, and under the theme area, you're going to notice this will roam with your user profile. And I'm just going to call this one Delta. Okay, we've got that called up. So the next time we open up a completely new and blank presentation, we can go right to the design area. We can go down and we can select our custom theme that we've just created, Delta. Click it, and now we're in business. So for any new slides that we add in here, if we right click, you're going to notice that you can add in all of your cool Delta stuff. So that's a great thing. You can also go back into your slide master, and if you want to then custom design, add logos to the different slide layouts, you can do that as well. So something like that would be really useful. The main part is when you create a design theme, you can then call it up. You don't have to dig around and find your template. It just roams with your user profile. So something I'd consider. Anywho, that's what I got for you.